Is that good? Guys, let me give you some tips on how to use subliminal messaging to subconsciously implant your mind into a female or a male, if you're gay or if you're a woman. It works for someone you are trying to attract, right? And I'm just going to preface this by saying this is similar to how email marketing works. Some of these strategies. Email marketing works through repetition, which gives you familiarity with your clients. Every single person that you get the emails from, you will be sending out emails to them every day, multiple times a day. They will slowly but surely gain familiarity with you and be a lot more comfortable to make purchases with you. That is the whole point of email marketing. It's comfortability. And you can use this same exact tactic with someone you're trying to attract through repetition. You can text them, and the best way to use this is if you text them right in the morning, because right in the morning you have different brain waves. It's either alpha or theta when you wake up. And when you're in the alpha or theta state, you are much more suggestible. There's some nice mountains, by the way. Hopefully you guys can see that. I just left Las Vegas. What you're gonna wanna do is text them in the beginning of the day, right when you wake up. If you know when they wake up, that's perfect, because you can wake up before them. If you want to really be this crazy, you can wake up before them. Just already have the text sent, so right when they wake up. A lot of people check their phones when you wake up, and the reason you shouldn't is for this reason, because you're too suggestible, and the things you check in the morning can impact you way greater than every other time of the day. So yeah, don't check your phone when you wake up, guys, so that you won't be tricked by this. But if you want to trick someone into being attracted to you, texting them something. It doesn't necessarily have to be good morning. Just something you really want to jam home. If it could be just any message. If you just want them to be more familiar with you, if you just want to convince them of something, text them every single morning. Another great strategy for subliminal messaging and attracting the opposite sex, or the same sex, but is utilizing Snapchat. Okay, Snapchat is so great for this. And guys, you are fucking up if you are sending the person that you are attracted to just a picture like that. You're completely screwing up, or just not even a picture of your face. You need to be utilizing that, guys, because if you are sending them a picture of your face, and make sure to get your eyes in it. Okay, make sure to get your eyes looking directly in the camera. Send them a picture every single time, especially attractive pictures. If you send them attractive pictures over and over and over, never send that. Always send as attractive as a picture as you can. And if you keep sending them, guys, you will ram yourself into their subconscious, okay? And then you could ram them later. But anyways, you will ram yourself into their subconscious without them knowing. Guys, who thinks about this? No one is opening up a Snapchat and being like, oh my God, I don't want to be influenced by this. I don't want this to affect my day. I don't want this to be implanted in my subconscious. I'm worried. Guys, no one thinks that way. Except me, but most people don't think that way. So feel free to give them as many attractive pictures as possible. And I'm telling you, whether they want to or not, they will be thinking about you more. How do you think that somebody pops in your mind randomly all the time? Through repetition and through attractive pictures. And this is why Instagram is such a good tool too. If you're posting a lot of attractive pictures of yourself on Instagram, you're posting a lot of attractive selfies of yourself on your Snap story, guys, repetition of this will just implant you. It's such a good tool. Okay? And just try it out yourself. So really the best thing that you could possibly do is at least send them an attractive Snapchat before they wake up, so that they check an attractive Snapchat right when they wake up every guys, you can get creative with it. You could throw in your little spice. When they wake up, you can say the good morning. You can call them beautiful. You could do something like that. But just anything that you want to convince them of. I hope you saw that. Anything that you want to convince them of, guys. You need to just say it right in the morning with an attractive picture. There's nothing you can do about it. It's all about training the subconscious, okay? And guys, another way, this is a whole new way. Another way you can get somebody to sleep with you. It's pretty sly, and you have to be creative with it. Just like with the previous example, you have to be creative with your message. With this, you got to even be more creative. If you want someone to sleep with you, you need to bring up the topic in the most sly way you possibly can of sex. Guys, it's simple. You need to somehow integrate that in so you can make it comfortable for you to be talking about anything having to do with sex. If you're watching a movie and there's like a part where someone gets like hit in the balls, like laugh with them and like make like a deal about that. Like look at them. Anything that has to do with sex, like you need to really amplify that. You need to really take advantage of that. Like even just be crazy animated about it. Like talk as much as you can about something sexual. And one example that I've seen people use is that Game of Thrones, okay? If you're watching Game of Thrones with someone, this might seem a little bit more obvious, but if you're watching it with them, obviously there's a lot of sex scenes. You want those to come up. You want just sex to be a familiar thing for you guys. You don't want it just to be a really foreign, faraway subject, because if it is, it'll be less likely for you to have sex with them. So, you can also talk about something like Game of Thrones. Okay, you can talk about it, be like, oh, there's just so many sex scenes, and be like, oh, you know, I actually kind of like them, blah, blah, blah. You can go into it, you gotta be creative. And then, like, if they watch anime, you could be like, oh, yeah, I watch anime, but then there's so many weird animes. There's a bunch of hentai with these girls with just huge tits, kind of like yours. So, you just gotta be creative. You gotta fit it in. You gotta somehow start talking about it. It's not like you have to talk about it and then all of a sudden 5 seconds later, like, make a move. Like, that's not the way to make a move. All it is just becoming familiar with that topic, so that when you start to get closer and closer to it, you've already sort of trained it, and you've already like been to that realm, so you'll be a lot more comfortable with proceeding it. You already took the initial steps because you talked about it. Okay, guys? So hope these tips help you. Peace.